Alright peeps, welcome back to one version. You find me standing atop our brand new big old reservoir that we got built in the last episode. I mean, just look how bloody deep that is. You can't even see the bottom, it's that deep. And this bad lad feeds all the way down to that one throttling valve there, which is going to get automated to our one river depth sensor, which is exactly how this throttling valve is set up. The only difference is that when this opens, it's only at half a meter cubed a second. Therefore, this bad lad should start opening on up and keeping our entire river system tippity topped up, yeah. I reckon throughout this entire 21-day drought. I mean, just look at how much water's in here. But if no worry, peeps, I hear you screaming. That's last episode's news. This episode, peeps, we're getting the big Badwater Aqueduct up and running properly. And we're even gonna run a wee test. Now, I still recall what Davey Jr.'s vision said to me. We are not going to be maximum prioritying any of these. High priority is as high as we're getting. Oh, I can't wait to stand beside this Badwater Aqueduct and watch the bad water just pish all over this bloody dirt excavator. Nah, I've got faith. It's actually going to go around and not overspill anywhere until the very end, where it's intended to overspill. But if no worry, peeps, I'm not just running on hopes and dreams like last time. I've went ahead and stored up heaps of metal blocks, planks, and the odd log. Well, literally one. Tell you what, like peeps, I'm kinda excited for this drought. We've got not one, but two big old reservoirs ready to keep our two fancy pants lakes with full shower complements up and running. Oh, we also seem to have full water slurper complements. We can't be having that. Yees all need to be paused in this river. Oh, look, we've got the water fluid out, keeping the whole thing tippity topped up. And deleting that water slurper wasn't an accident, peeps. We're going to be going straight into well-being and plopping our final shower down right there. Now, our beavers have got no reason to be all stanky. Isn't that right, wee cat? Get yourself all cleaned up. Now we can turn our dirt excavator beavers down to 0. We even have 100 scrap metal, so we can chill with 2 beavers in the efficient mine and hopefully have less than 8 injured beavers. Particularly because once this laddie's full, we've only got 7 beds for the beavers to recover in. Oh, we didn't need ye running either, because we're gonna be spot on with the fancy valve just trickling the water in the entire drought. And let's have ourselves a wee speedy up it while we get the dirt excavator bypass banged in. There it is. Well, not entirely, but that is ready for bad water to flow around it. But crucially, it's missing its last bloody braziers. And considering our injured beaver numbers only gonna gone down, and we've only got 5 overflow jobs left, let's get some science back on the can. Still leaves me with 2 overflow haulers on the crack, and that's not even including the 10 non-overflow haulers we've got. Ooh, I think it's just switched off the old valve over here. Yeah, that's not leaking anymore. So it would have switched off at 8.5. Let's see how high it gets. 9190. Oh, perfect. Not a single bit of bloody floodage. Although, unfortunately, the same can't be said for this Badwater Aqueduct. If we sent Badwater doing this, there would be all the floodage. So let's whip out a big old speedy up bit. And this is the type of speedy up bit that spans multiple camera angles. I am absolutely hyped to get this Badwater Aqueduct in, like peeps. We're going to be doing a freshwater test on it. It'll inevitably overspill. We'll likely have to pop a cap on it. But I've also thought of a fun thing to do if we do end up having to cap it. For now, kick back, relax, and enjoy a bit of beaver banging action. I mean, what else are you going to do when there's a drought at hand, you know? And with the water flowing, oh, big old speedy up bit is done. I've plopped some maximum priority jobs on for our beavers because I realised beavers to get down from here to up to where they need to build have to go on an absolute mission all the way around the map here, as you can see, when we could give them a massive shortcut by building this. But to finish that, we need to blow up these 2 dark blocks that we popped in during the speedy up bit. And I suppose we could test this initial part here. If we click these throttling valves, put them on 0.25 so that equals 1, we should start getting water flowing out of here. Where's the water? I changed the wrong bloody slider, didn't I? Right, now we should start getting the water flowing straight down here, going sideways and filling up our big old side reservoir. Well, it's not even a big old reservoir, is it? Not when we've got the big old reservoir on this corner of the map, you know? Ooh. I hadn't thought of this, but how close do we get to flooding now that we have 2 bits of water coming in and not just 1? I knew I could hear a bloody warning. This is a minimum temperate season, this. We're going to have to get proper spicy with it. And by spicy with it, I of course mean whip out a casual speedy up bit. Because how cool would this angle look if the water just rising up and covering up some green ground? And as we got the sun setting, we have a brand new level on our reservoir. But I'm a bit scared. Oh, I shouldn't be. What are you doing here? Essentially, I don't want to be overspilling water from this river if we can actually save it somewhere else. But as it currently stands, we are not pushing any water out the map here. If we dive on into these power wheels, we can see that there's no water flowing out of those floodgates, which means we are purely retaining. Apart from literally right now, we're about to start our spilling out the map, which I'd rather not do. And the best way I can think to do that is by temporarily stopping the flow of water down into this pool and so on and so forth. I'm even closing these 2 lots of throttling valves. So now we just have water apart from the fact that it seems to be pissing down. Where are you pissing down from, pal? Oh, you know, fair enough. If there's no levy there, then you're going to piss down. There's nothing we can do with that. Apart from doubling my flow from 1 to 2 here. So if nothing else, we send more water down there, so more of it ends up doing filling this bit reservoir. And look at all of our horrendously inefficient, hungry, thirsty and exhausted beavers. If only there was a better way. Like for example, kabooming these 2 up, because that will allow us to get our fancy pants 2x1 suspension bridge in, which will give us easy access to up here. Or we'll at least turn that red line into a slightly orange tinned line. We've got water filling up this last level of this bit reservoir. Hey, it's not gone too bad, is it? We're even filling this bit reservoir. We might, if we're lucky, cop a cascade. Or not. What's going on? Oh! It seems we have matched the water sources output. And as well, there's 5 bloody sources, not 4, MiGly. So we're bumping those down to 1, because we're pretty much full up here. Anywho, we would rather get water in this reservoir, and ideally, cascading our here. And to try and help with that, I'm settling this throttling valve at a 0.50, which will be 1 altogether. And that'll hopefully mean that we start raising the water level here, and pushing this double floodgate into the Cascade Pool. In the Cascade Pool, cascades down into both of these reservoirs. It's a delight to behold. I will say I am quite enjoying the water going in 2 different ways from the one source and we'll be getting water spilling, hopefully, over here and not over the thorns, because I can't do the back of the map. Doon with the 1.75 in it here. There we go. And yeah, I'm going to get up to 0.85 and try and get as much water as beaverly possible stored up. And it doesn't even our spill up 0.85. That's the perfect level there. Look at the water's got in 3 different bloody ways. Oh, I forgot when this overspill, it just gans into here anyway. Oh, I suppose it doesn't really matter. Apart from the fact that just in case we get a bad tide, we should get this back down to 0 at all times. Get all of the flow flying out this map in preparation for our big, long drought. I'm kind of hoping it's not a big, long drought. That's why I've teed it up to be a big long drought. It's only 17 days. Oh, we're gonna be bloody giraffing during this drought, even though we didn't get anywhere near as much water as we did last temperate season. Ooh, and our big Badwater Aqueduct is coming along, ripe for a 17-day speedy up bit. Or, if the beavers decide that they want to bang it in a bit quicker, I won't argue with them, you know. Ooh, the impermeable floors is so satisfying. That's just gonna be a big zoop when it's in the speedy up form, like. Oh, look at all the water being retained, just like in general, it's so cool. I love it. And if there's any eagle-eyed beavers out there, you may well have noticed that I had all of the foresters paused. There's just swaths of unplanted oaks. I mean, not for long, I unpaused them. I also unpaused a couple of bonus lumberjack flags because we're down to 8 logs. And that is no good. But that's now the camera angle switcher upperoo won't sort out. Now we get to see the beavers plonking in the drain side of the aqueduct and hopefully connecting it up to the source side. Just didn't expect them to build any levees on the side for a while. Tell you what, like peeps, I'm blooming happy with our water level. Both of the rivers just chilling. We even have heaps in the reservoirs. And if no worry peeps, I know everybody loves a speedy up bit, but too much of a good thing's always too much. We're gonna be chilling out after this week and just enjoying our beavers' company in their mad hoosing estates. Oh, mild spoiler. Get on while we're here teasing next week's episodes. Any of yous that have been wondering or, you know, had an inkling about what the reference is for this series name, you'll be getting a massive hint soon. And hey, beavers, not bad. The water just dried up from our wee reservoir up here. And if we open up these bad lads right here, we'll get water flowing straight down and refilling our side reservoir. I tell you what, like our beavers done a bloody fair dinkum job. Any reason you haven't got this in? Because it's not high priority, fair dinkum. Is that the same with this one as well by chance? Of course it is. Oh, our beavers are properly making some progress here, like. It's a shame they didn't get the throttling valve and levies in, like, because then we wouldn't have a big spillage going on down here. Ooh, speaking of spillage, we should get a spillage of the Cascade variety hour here, because this is staying closed. The only way we're going to get river in this middle bit of reservoir is if it hour spills from here, or hour spills from the Cascade. Because my priority for water otherwise is filling this massive reservoir, which is just getting topped up now. Oh, and look at this, peeps. We've got one injured beaver. Now, I am going to unpause me second smelter because we are rapidly running out of metal blocks. They were all full at the beginning of the episode. We've got 2 empty, 1 half full, and 1 full. The logs are still lacking though, but that's because they're busy being whacked into levees all the way up here. Oh, this is a mad little building spot, this, isn't it? Go on, beaver. Banging it in! The beaver banged it in! Go on, beaver! Bang in this one as well! A blooming days! I mean, the beaver didn't bang it in, but if we're hanging about waffling long enough, we'll see the exhausted beaver. Oh, sorry, pal, I'll be quiet and let you snooze. Now that's the type of dedication we're after. Pass out on the job. Hey, beaver, you are kipping, aren't you? You're going to wake up at some point? I'm starting to get a tad concerned. When the banging's happening right in front of their face, they're not even waking up. Oh, it's in! That means we can start banging the impermeable floors on here, and we'll have it all safe in daytime. But yeah, now peeps, how cool is that shot there? If I could go really slow and just have the beavers bobbing along, that would be wicked. Oh, look at the Badwater Aqueduct! It is properly starting to take shape on the skyline there, isn't it? Alright, to be fair, platform-wise, we've only got this wee section here today. We've got the levee and the throttling valve in, so we're no longer hour spilling this bit. Which does mean we're unlikely to get a cascade unless... Oh, we're not filling this up quite yet. But we are filling this up, which means we need to go down here and reduce the amount of flow from 0.25 to 0.10, which is really still 0.50. Because there's 5 of the feckers. But I am happy the fact we're getting some water down here. It's always nice for this to be all blowed up. And we have even more flow going down and filling our big old reservoir from the last episode. Tell you what, this reservoir has been an absolute game changer, like, hasn't it, peeps? Just think how nice. I think we might have to maybe increase the speed here from 80 to 90. Hopefully that stops all of this from becoming flooded. I did say as well the dev's done some work on stopping the excessive sloshing, so up from 80 to 90, why the bloomin' heck not? It's nice to see our bridge is safe though when the water's awash spilling. That's a sign of a well-engineered suspension bridge. Well, not necessarily the bridge itself, but the bridge's placement. Which, to be fair, if you get that right, the bridge engineering itself is a lot easier. And not even an episode in, we're pausing our inventors again. Because we were proper running low on beavers. And if I didn't want to run out of metal blocks to build our aqueduct with, our haulers have to scrap metal haul from here. You know what? Let's just follow Edders. From here, all the way down to bloody air. And yeah, as you saw, that's a while away. Oh, peeps, look how close we are. I mean, yeah, now we need to pop in a lot of levies. But other than that, we've got the majority of it in. And you know, what am I doing? Let's just close this bloody sluice off altogether. Because why am I overspilling into the bad water here? What a waste. I may as well just send all the water down here to fill up our big old reservoir that bit bloody quicker. And get on. We'll do a speed for speedy up bit until the tide changes or the reservoir fills up, whichever comes first. And it would look like we would have a full reservoir. Oh, this is scary. Alrighty then. We need to go ahead and just close that off for now. Set that down at 0 and let the natural flow occur. Well, I say natural flow. Yee! We'll try not to have that occurring, essentially, is what I want to happen. The natural flow being the cascade, of course. What else could I possibly be talking about? Well, a cascade would occur if I recalled that I needed to put this down to something mildly limited. So with those throttling valves collectively set at 1, I reckon it's going to be a hard job to get out of here without having to do an underwater sound effect before the cascade begins. Oh, what a delight. It's not perfect, but it is still a bloomin' delight right there. Especially when you've got not 1, but 2 full to the brim reservoirs here. Oh, this reservoir is actually mental like. It's crazy. I didn't even realise until it was full and I was like, that's huge! But you know, we definitely need to get a little bit more water flowing in here because it's not brimmed up. And we're about to just overspill everything everywhere here. And get on, we'll brim up here. 0.85. Put that at 0.25, which means there's 0.5 flowing through here. Hopefully that's enough for our flow floodgate to deal with. Maybe this needs to be a 0.85 as well, but maybe not. Ooh, we can automate the floodgate to something simple like this weather station here. And when it's on like it is now, it goes at 0.85, and when it's off, it guns to 1. Maybe. I'm still going to leave it at 0.95 though. Ye know how much I love brimming our reservoirs. Oh, I am adoring this, like. The cascade stopping, which isn't very fun, but it's back again, so we're having fun. I've been gunning the whole time! The whole time, peeps! I've had a bloody water slurping up here. Neither wonder this reservoir's been dry for most of the episode. Ooh, and look at this! Automated pausing of our water slurpers. Thanks to our, I can't even find it because it's off. A 1 water counter. And since we got the perfect amount of beaver jobs knocking about, why don't we increase our builders and see how quickly we can get this up and running. Oh, and we need to rescue a plank from each one. Oh, it's a bad tide, it's a bad tide! Clearly, I didn't think of that. Right, what do we need to do to prepare for this bad tide? Not have a massive body of water right in front of the sluices would be good for one, like. Be drained. Triple check these are full levy status. Now it's getting through there. And when our 1 contamination sensor turns on, these gone down to 0 and this guns up to 1. But we should be able to use this area here as a little bit of a bad water catch. So let's get the flow rate up to unlimited there, just to get all of the water out of here. And to be fair, I should automate this, if nothing else, to here, so that when it's on, the flow rate goes to 0. That's a canny little bloody fail-safe backup, so we don't end up getting bad water all inside of our brand new, topped off reservoir here. I love that, like. I love the cave with the water on top. It's like the cave's got a bloody water hut on. So when the bad tide hits, they're gonna close, they're gonna go up, and these are gonna close as well. Yeah, I reckon we're doing alright there. Not off bad. Ooh. And if we get enough of this Badwater Aqueduct in during the bad tide, we could potentially test it. A risky test, but a necessary test. And I just deleted these 3 warehouses because they were storing bloody resources in there. Right, like, as far away from anything else as you can possibly get. Oh, hello, overspilling reservoir. How ye doing? I'll take that as a sign to just close ye off right here, right now. I want maximum cascade. Oh, look at that bloody cascade. And ye can stop overflowing, aye. Oh, this is grand. We've got everything brimmed up here. Ooh, it's a bit late to do anything about that. I need to keep an eye on this, so the second bad water starts coming down, yeah? Pause again, MiGly! And thankfully, we'll manage to catch it before the bad water got in. And now, I'm just hoping that this doesn't overspill and fill up forever, because that would be absolutely disastrous, peeps. And it's a 23-day bad tide, so there's not much we could do about it. Apart from maybe get the Badwater Aqueduct up and running. So beavers, rescue these planks. Ooh, big spill. Haha, love me a big spill. Now we're back to normal though, so we can crack on. Oh, I wondered what was going on. It's just the remnants of the big spill. Oh, peeps, look at the water being reserved for slurping, for showering. Again, not that it's used for showering. Pretty much just anything the beavers want to do. They've got that bloody much of it. And the beavers have picked up the planks. The bunch of bloody leg ends what they are. Now let's get some levees in here to protect the contamination from spreading. Because the last thing we'd want is for our thorns to become contaminated somehow. And MiGly, remember what Davey Jr said, maximum priority for emergencies only. And you know what? Let's whip out an experimental speedy up it. I'm gonna do a first person shift about, and if it ends up being too bloody jumpy, then it's gonna be cutouts completely, which would not be ideal, because then I just have to be like, oh yeah peeps, so some things occurred. I can't show you because it looked horrendous. But I've got faith. I reckon I'll be able to pull it right off like nay beaver's business. And then I've bloody fell, peeps. Ah! End of speedy up it, end of speedy up it. Worst fears have officially came true, peeps. Right, we need to evacuate all of the water from here down into our main reservoir, and we need to get... Oh no, it's doon. Like doon. It's doon, peeps. Let's emergency close these throttling valves. Where's the water coming and going? I need to release it because it's going where the beavers are, which means it's going to end up in this reservoir. But if I reduce this to say 0.85, nothing crazy, just reduce it a bit, we can allow the bad water to get into this bit pool, which we can then seal off. Seal off! Yes. Oh, I sealed it off too late, which means we now also have to seal off this bit pool here. Absolute waste of water. But we shouldn't have bad water anywhere else. We'll have a little bit left over here. These throttling valves are closed. Any bad water that's pishing over here and slowly but surely filling this up is just going to occasionally pish over the tippity top here. Oh, then I'm going to have to deal with 1.85 bits of bad water. Oh no, you know what? Be gone! Let's just pish it all out into the lower one, and then we're essentially back to as we were. We shouldn't have bad water spilling out, causing issues. We just need to hopefully let it all evaporate in the next 19.1 days. Ooh, well that was very scary, we got a decent amount of progress made here. I reckon it could be fun to watch the beavers back in these last few impermeable floors. And I don't even know if that was a speedy up bit, peeps. They just bloody whooshed that in. But in our beavers, this is now a maximum priority job, just in case, you know, any emergencies occur. Or you can really see the invert that occurred with the oaks, like, by not having the foresters planted. We used to have the majority of them fully grown. Now, the majority of them are bloody chopped down, growing back up. I place your bets, peeps. How many days will it take for the beavers to bang in all of these levees? I'm gonna say 3. So we started at 18. That means if we end at 15, I'm right. And if we didn't end at 15, one of yees who commented the correct answer definitely before it was revealed was right. Ooh, and if anybody said 16 days, because, you know, 15.6, we're going to have to round it up to 16. Yees get a random emoji reply. Well, let's get our throttling valves back on here and get building the rest of this blooming aqueduct. Oh, peeps, it's only the levees and the bloody throttling valves left. Well, that's assuming some things don't occur, but, you know, it's only those left. There's something I have noticed. If we have ourselves a bit of a stroll past the Tapper's shack, make sure we never get knocked out by any haulers for their scrap metal, we've got some deed spruces knocking about here. They must have suffered from a big old drought at some point, so we're gonna have to go ahead, plop a lumberjack flag down, and mark all of these deed pines for cutting. And all of the deed pines seem to be concentrated in this area. Not a single deed pine in the new growth here. That's a good sign if I say so. Hello, Power Wheels. Are you looking forward to getting your fresh power from the fancy, fully built Badwater Aqueduct here? I mean, our beaver bangers are banging away, doing their very best to ensure that that occurs this episode. And while I'm remembering, because we are inevitably going to end up having to pop impermeable floors on here and having a bit of a cap job on our Badwater Aqueduct, let's ensure that we have impermeable floors on all of our dams here. Particularly the ones I've already covered up. Because otherwise, you know I'd forget all about it. And I'd be like, where's this Badwater spillage coming from, beavers, you lunatics? When, as always, it's the cupcake that's the lunatic. Now, I am still very hopeful that this 15 days remaining is enough to bloody get this half a block evaporated. Because I do not want to hold back the water. Oh, you know what? Could be alright. We just need to get the Badwater out of this section. We'll raise this floodgate up. Send all of the water down the side here until all of this is evaporated. That will at least keep this section all topped up as it currently is. And I reckon will be for easily the next 15 days. I mean, look, once again, you can't even see the bottom without pressing T and turning the water off. Now, to help our beavers decimate the rest of our oak plantation here, I'm going to get yet another lumberjack flag down right on the edge. Now hopefully old mate can see, why he can see all the way up here and help his fellow lumberjack out. Although that does have me thinking, why don't I just move him to here? Then we can still have beavers accessing up the left there, but we get those couple of bonus chopping blocks on the corner. Right, maximum priority that beavers, because as I said earlier, all we need now is some bloody logs for these levees. We got Quaggoth here, they're chomping down all of these deed pines. But resist the temptation to get your teeth all piney. The alive ones are not for cutting. And since we are never ever gonna fill both of these bad lads, let's get all one log back. That'll help build the aqueduct. But more crucially, it allows us to get this bit of TNT in. And I reckon it might be time for a proper experimental speedy up it here with our beavers. We're gonna be forced person mode, and if I remember the build order of this, we're gonna be banging. No, we're gonna have to cut you off because I need to slow it down to hop over these bridges here. We're gonna be banging in from the Badwater drains all the way down to our dirt excavator. As long as I can stay smooth all the way to the dirt excavator and back, we'll have a brand new type of speedy up it on my hands. And hopefully brand new means right. All this could be terrible and it's going to be a jump cut like an old Minecraft video where I built a few things off camera and everything's changed. And I believe I was going to say that's it, but there must be a couple more. Let's whip out just a real quick speedy up it while we get the last couple of levies in. And that's not the last levy, neither's that one. once that levy's in, we're gonna have to follow the beaver back out of here. And excuse me, friend, what are you doing? Are you banging in the bloody bridge? No. You need to get the last levy in. Make sure the orientation's correct, and we can maximum priority that, lad. And now, whoa, we've only 5 days remaining. Beavers, you absolutely banged that in. Well, let's have ourselves a check from the end here. Everything's built. No Badwater's gonna be gunning anywhere it shouldn't, at least by Davey Jr.'s vision. We've got this one levy, which I'm sure will have some beaver builders banging in very shortly. And then up here, we've even got a bridge in so we can start dynamiting for more efficient reservoir action. But yeah, nah, everything's in. Well, apart from the one bit of impermeable floor didn't maximum prioritise, of course. But gunning back towards the source, I reckon we are properly ready here, peeps. We are absolutely ready to test out. Ooh, I can test it out! I can actually test it out! I've got 4.5 days of testing today! Right, beaver, bang that bad lad in, and hopefully by the time we get down to the bottom, this levy's in. Of course not. Oh, there was a beaver banging, but they must have a hungry or thirsty. However, beaver banger, get it in right now. Final triple check. Every single thing is in here. Yeah, everything's in. Absolutely everything's in. We've got no bonus Badwater boasting out of here. Everything else is absolutely in. We can test this now, peeps. We can do a low pressure test, aka these lower throttling valves here. We can set to 0.10, which is actually 0.50 because there's 5 of the feckers. And here we go, peeps. I gotta get it to first person with speed 1 in it. The water should chill with the flow on the outside there. Well, we should get some Badwater coming down here. And it shouldn't overspill the corner, like it genuinely shouldn't. We should catch it up. Oh, this feels weird. We've got beavers up here. This is actually dangerous. But that's why we're doing the bloody half a block run. Oh, we're beavers. Bang the bridges in while we do a test fill of the Badwater Aqueduct. Now I can't let it go unchecked too far. Let's get up to speed 3 and race the Badwater all the way down while quickly checking and making sure we're not peeking out any edges there. Now we're alright. Now we need to watch the me tootsies. We need to watch the Badwater gonna ruin the bloody bar. Right, let's go. I'm too excited. It's gonna go and flow and add to our wheel spinning potential. Oh, this is grand right here. Look at how fast these feckers are spinning. They're not even moving. Yeah, no, I was in speed 5. Yeah, I need to press 1 like 5,000 times. Go out to speed 99. We're back in the world now. And what we can do now, peeps, is we can double this number every time. So let's get it up to 20, which is a full 1 block here. And we need to make sure that we do not overspill. The water level can rise there. We've risen 1 log. How are we doing round here? Alright. What about the bloody hole? Oh, this is fantastic. This is exactly what Davey Jr. visioned. And since that's working tickety-boo, and we've only got 2.6 days remaining, let's double this bad lad again to 40. Ooh, and it looks like we might have... Oh no, it's coming back. I was going to say we might have no more flooding here, but I want to make sure, most crucially, that we do not have flooding here. We do not have flooding here, and if we flow back down here, you can see the water levels rising, the path is gone out of view, but we're not flooding. And with 2.2 days remaining, let's get this up to 0.80, which might be all of the water flow. Yes, look, it's all coming down. What's going to happen? What is going to occur? Oh, we are getting close to the edge here. We are getting mighty close to the edge, and this is where I'm concerned. We are definitely on unlimited here, yes. We have, once we get over half a block, the dams to cushion the corner somewhat. We aren't having any mad flow down here yet. It hasn't quite got there. And I want to make sure it doesn't quite get over the edge here. Because, right here, we are right on the edge. And we've only got 2.2 days to get all of this out. I didn't want to be adding any more Badwater in here. So let's go up to speed 1, and the slightest bit of overspill we get. Oh, you know what I should do? I should follow this bit here, this big wave, as it crashes into the corner. Let's go and hood off. you can see the water level is going to start rising. Oh, here we go. It's licking up. It's going to go whooshing round the corner. This is the angle we should be looking at because it should be smashing against this back wall here and raising on up. But it's looking alright. We're not spilling over here. The next crucial point is down here because it gets narrow and splits off both ways. But once the water level rises up to half a block, it's going to be helped getting around these tight corners by the bloody dams here. And I reckon that was a fair dinkum low pressure test. So why don't we celebrate by getting one log and plank each back off these bridges and have ourselves a massive kaboomy boom! Get all of that bloody reservoir channel cleared. And we get to see the Badwater Aqueduct in action is what I was gonna say. Look at the amount of water of the Badwater flowing under there. What's our number up to on here now? How much power are we generating? 5,140 is the highest I saw there. Oh, I absolutely love this site here. This is fantastic. Now, of course, we still need to sort this out, but I am not going to be blowing these up during a bad tide because the bad water will just go out the side and straight into our reservoir. Speaking of reservoirs, how much do we have in here before we need to dry out? Might be alright, you know. We've dried out down here. Oh, we're digging into a big reservoir! Now it's a matter. Didn't even know why I was worried. Look at all of that depth. You still can't see the bloody bottom. You can just about pick out those stairs if you squint. Which is reflected in this fancy river here, with all of the water for the beavers to freely shower. Grafters, if you look to your right or left, you'll see a big kaboom. I didn't see these laddies on the... Oh, what are we building up here? This isn't until the next episode, beavers. Oh, yeah, we're going a bit too fast. We've got the Badwater Aqueduct up. Now, what you can build, beavers, is this little aqua park. All the showers and all the swimming pools. And with 1.5 days remaining, we're doing the ultimate test. We're going up to unlimited. As much as there was no bad water coming over here anyway, it shouldn't make any difference to over here, but we should still test it. Well, I'm not going to stay there while we test it. I'm going to zoom down to these beavers and say, I hope you've enjoyed this episode of One Version, where we finally got our Badwater Aqueduct in. And at the end here, we're getting some fancy pools in for our one district beavers. But anywho, you've listened to us waffle on all episode long. I hope you have yourselves a canny old weekend. And a doodle